What's good, YouTube? And welcome to the first bad buyout of the year. Now, I love Cyber Dragon Infinity and First Edition OG. How could that be bad? There's new support on the horizon. Did you forget it's one of the first named cards in the description of Quarter Century Stampede right here? So, when it comes down to it, I think people got a little bit trigger happy that Cyber Dragons were coming back to do it big. They thought they were getting stonks or ahead of the curve, spending $20 on this when a Quarter Century Secret Rare and then easy access Platinum Secret, how we've seen even the top end Plat Secrets be pretty cheap. It's gonna be pretty easy to get a nice version of this. Now, in the interesting buyouts around Cyber Dragon, Disa Blaster, not Diab Belal, Disa Blaster, the Negation Fortress, is getting bought out for both its Quarter Century Secret Rare as well as its regular easy access version. If there's a column with no cards, you can special summon this card from your hand to a zone in that column. You can only special summon this once per turn this way. Negate any card effects activated in this card's column. If this card in the monster zone is destroyed, you place it in your pinned scale. And then the pendulum effect, negate any card effects activated in this card's column also. Basically, level 5 machine that can always get itself out onto the field, even if you've already played cards, as long as that column is empty. Definitely one to look for within those decks that really struggle with extensions at time. Then we have Super Polymerization being a bit of a target for the format, and once again, the Quarter Century Secret Rare has been bought out past the Starlight. This is an old war that had been happening where they were going back and forth, but people have spent readily 120 plus, because remember sales tax on here, in multiple copies of this through December and now in January. And it is listed lowest near mint at this point at 169, not so nice. The Starlight Rare is more readily available despite its past sales and is still sub 100, although sales tax again will be applied at checkout for most consumers. The entire front page is 99 and under. So the QCR doing it big versus that Starlight. Now, there's also the Ultimate Rare, which has been brought down in price thanks to Bonanza, and it's very interesting to watch that happen. I always get Bonanza and Stampede confused in my head at this point. The sets for Rarity Collection just meld together, so I have to take a moment at times, and if I get it wrong, I get it wrong. But it's $46, it's sub 50 at this point, and that's probably thanks to there being easy access collector rares. There's tons of nice secret rare versions for cheap. Really take your pick with this card, but at the highest end, the 25th is winning once again. DD Crow 25th was brought up in the Discord, and one of the vendors was saying, I keep being asked for this a ton. Sometimes that can be regionally, but I do see that there's only a couple of cheaper versions here, one playset under 20, before it does start to very readily spike back towards its sales price that it seems to be going for around 2022, and it's been consistently coming up. So there is something a little with that. Let me know how you feel about this card in the format and what decks you might be playing it with. And then there's also Lancia and that kind of thing, but this is a quick effect, either player's turn kind of thing, and it's found its way into metagames. Now, there was a new archetype announced that's 2500/2500, and for that sole reason, it looks like Ultimate Dragon of Pride and Soul, because you can play it now, is on full buyout because it melds with the deck just a bit. Reminder, you're gonna still have to fuse into it. May not be the optimal way to play, but a knee-jerk reaction to last night's deck announcement, which has some very nice and cool looking cards. They're like classic dragons to Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm inspired by the art, but yeah, look at all these sales popping the heck off yesterday, and it went off the market. It's only in Quarter Century Secret Rare, and to compare, this has had multiple attempted buyouts. You can see a little bump. We tried again. Maybe it's still under $50 for the lowest Dragon of Pride and Soul. So there's that mix of maybe it's playable, it actually has a decent effect, it has protection. It's an interesting one compared to others, and now it has a home. It can be played, and the question is, will it actually get played in there? Diab Belal the Black, which we covered that this was rebounding, it's gone completely crazy. Front page only has these very few listings starting at 155, 160, then 180, then into the 200s, and we also see sales through 160 here now as people are coming back. Again, I feel like this one was a bit obvious that there was more play than people were giving credit to, but it was initially the biggest loser from the ban list. Nadir's Servant quarter century secret rare is getting bought up for future play, and we see that it's around 30, 35. I think it's being mixed, according to my Discord, with a Ryzeal mix. It does lock you out of the extra deck, so be aware of when you're playing it, but it's for the rest of the turn after the card resolves, so you can pop off and then go ahead and play this. Let me know if you know other decks or how it's being played, because I am relying on other information for that, and I always love opening it up to the comment section and seeing what y'all have to bring on cards like this, because I remember there was another deck that was hyping this up before that didn't pan out as much. The Math Mechs. I know Joshua Schmidt's probably having a bit of a fit. These are both getting bought out for their secret rare, but have an easy access version. I love when this is the case, and it shows so much that the model can be applied to the Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG of easy access cards and high rarity versions being two different things. So Laplation and Almbertian for their lower rarities, very easy to get, but it's an ultra rare from Ghost, which has its quality control issues, and it's a gold letter rare. And here we see the secret rares out of Mystic Fighters up in price. This I just wanted to point out, it was brought up in the Discord, Battles of Legend Monstrous Revenge is back to being a break-even-ish box. And that's interesting because it quickly goes up after one box goes all the way into the 70s, which would be successful over time, which Battles of Legend typically is. However, the set's real claim to fame is only quarter century secret rare upgrades. We do have the Sky Striker Ace Azalea in here, but it's sub 20, even with all the striker buyouts. So we look through this, and it is those different quarter century secret chases that are the reason people are paying attention to this box. The Lubellions that are selling like crazy, and these other namestays like the Alter Art Engage, Welcome Labyrinth, Dark Arm Dragon, not End, Terraforming, Dark Hole, and that Super Poly we just brought up. This has so many cool quarter century secret rares, but that's the main thing going forward. Also, remember when I brought up the punks as penny stonks and now people are looking over at them again? We have Malice P. White Rabbit quarter century secret rare. I'm just bringing it up because it's just absolutely nuts. There's only 5 listings left, and it is actually got a sale at $275 at this point. Now, records would be during pre-sales, that kind of stuff, and then that set that sold. I've been told this could be because it's international as well, so check which sellers have international listings, because sometimes that's still cheaper than their region, and that is a good point to bring up here on Market Watch, that some TCG sales, there's not always something fishy up with it. It's that a lot of companies like Troll and Toad and Tier Zero, a lot of their clientele are international, and that can apply to you on TCG if you're willing to take that risk. I personally don't sell international as often as possible because there's so much risk with the mail, though. But some people go there and it can pay off. Live Twin Kisi Kill Frost Starlight rare. We covered the initial buyout, but it's continuing to go crazy. 170 lowest listing, and it now has multiple triple-digit sales. Live Twin Leela collector rare has gone even crazier. Lowest is 55, and we see actually some sales bubbled up into the 69s. And Live Twin Kisi Kill also had some of those sales go up. Light play 62, yikes, but the lowest are now 64. Evil Twin Kisi Kill collector rare is also up here towards 40, and I just want to say, I'm going to round it back to the conversation, there's a set on the horizon, it's Stampede. I would not be shocked about Alter Arts being in here, and other cards going with that. in the live twin, evil twin stuff. So a lot of people doing brave buyouts right now, in my opinion. And then Laundry Dragon Maid is getting bought out for its quarter century secret rare. I've seen on OCG Twitter people getting in the English copies and showing them off in cool ways, and I think the ultimate rare actually looks really darn cool, but the Plat Secret and the quarter century secret, as usual, are the most notable. And then there's also the collector rare for this card. Just so many neat versions of it, and that's what I love about these. Again, there's that high-end version, has the demand, lower-end versions, easy access, cheap, and still look good. Thanks for watching today's Market Watch. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy these conversations. And it should be snowing in Texas here, so I'll be stuck in maybe some extra videos, maybe a stream. We'll have to wait and see.